Does it? Okay, we are live. Kelly, welcome to my first podcast on Your Story Live. You are officially my first guest, and I'm so happy that you're here. Um, I've known you for a little while now, and I love your growth. I love everything about you, your positivity, and I'm so glad that you decided to do this with me. 'Cause I know this is the first time that you've done something like this, so I'm super excited to have you on here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Kelly? And for those that are coming in, say hey to Kelly. Let's give her some support.
Hey, everybody. Well, my name is Kelly Mcarthur, and I'm the owner of Sugar High Treats, where I sell infused treats and also I sell regular cookies. Um, you can find me on Instagram. You can email me. My phone number, all my information is on my Instagram page, which is in the comments. And throughout the show, I'll give you
I
my
will be
IG
saying that.
information. My
Okay,
IG
so hey, Megan, hey, Santa,
Fantavious, my
Santa,
cousin.
your cousin, hey, cousin, hey, Janelle. Okay, I'm sorry, I just didn't want them to think I didn't see them. I see you guys. Oh, she got best cookies, hey, and I can confirm because do you remember when I had your I don't know if you watched the live I did where
Yeah.
I brought your products on, and I can contest. My husband absolutely loved them. I took a bite, and they were really good. And that's what we're talking about. What we was talking about earlier. We'll get back to that. The taste. So hey, Inga. So if you wanted to go ahead, I'm sorry. I just want to let everybody know, hey, Silver, that we see you, but I don't want to keep interrupting her because I want her to go ahead and get it out. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I really how I got started was it's a twofold answer. So I actually been selling cookies since seventh grade. My mom used to bake cookies for me to take to school for dessert. And somebody asked me, "Hey, can I have a cookie?" I was like, "Yeah, for $1." So ever since then, I've been selling cookies. It's been off and on, but ever since then, I've been selling cookies. Then when I started working at my current job, my mom made these red velvet cookies.
Mm.
And she was like, okay, she makes them for the holidays. And people would ask at my job, they, taste the cookies and everything. They were like, oh, can you make me some? So I was like, okay, well, $10. So I started selling at my job. And I would sell anywhere from 5 to 13 dozen every couple of days at my job. And then one of my cousins, her ex-husband used to work for UPS. So I would get the orders from him and he would come by, pick them up and take them to work with him. Now these are the regular cookies. These are the
Oh,
not
okay. These ain't the goody
these are
goody.
not infused cookies.
Hey, my sister's on here.
um, and so what happened was when the pandemic hit, then people still wanted the cookies, but that means I had to go deliver them for $10. That was just too much for gas and everything like that. Where when I was in the building, I could just bring all my cookies there and sell them. So what ended up happening was I got with my partner who's in the legacy market. We went in the lab, created the can of butter to get it just right, and we infused the red velvet cookies. And then that way I feel more comfortable. Like, okay, well, I can deliver those. I can deliver them for a fee versus like I would sell a dozen of regular cookies for $10. Well, out that dozen, if I did the infused cookies, I can sell that for $100.
Oh yeah.
So 100 of the $10. So that's how I really got into selling infused treats. Then on Father's Day, I ended up introducing a new cookie, which is cookies and cream.
I was always talking about
Introduced
that.
those, and they are a
Yeah.
big hit. So my next thing that I'm working on are gummies, Delta 8 gummies. So what I want you guys to do is vote, okay? Because I want you to vote on the flavor I should try first. So it's lime, cherry, mango, and blue raspberry. And I'll let you guys know at the end which flavor won that I'll be in the lab working it out.
So that's lime, cherry,
Mango,
go and.
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. I'm voting cherry. My comment. Somebody said mango. Hold on, let's get cherry up in there. That's a good one. I like that, Megan. So at the end, you have picked the one that you're gonna do.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Hey, you got some cherry. Oh, you got a blue
A
raspberry.
lot of cherries. Uh-oh. Janelle, blue raspberry, you got some competition.
Yeah.
So, but yep. And then also I brought a sample of my product. So this is my packaging. So this is for the cookies and cream. And this is what the cookies and cream
Hey,
cookies
Winona.
look like.
Yeah, we gotta see these. Oh, that looks nice.
So that's the cookies and cream.
It's big too.
Yeah, so these are about 45 mg's per cookie.
How many cookies was that for one
Three.
box? Oh wow, really?
Three.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, so I just do 3 packs. I tried half a dozen 12 packs, but what I'm learning, especially people that are like, I don't know, they always end up buying the 3 packs. So I'm doing nothing but 3 packs. So I do it for 3 for 25.
That's not bad. And I like that number.
Yes. And then
Especially
these,
if they're that size.
yeah, and these are the red velvet. Now I have to be careful. I can't really hold it up like I want to.
Now, see, I would like red velvet personally, but you said the cookies and cream is killing the red velvet, and I'm like, whoa.
Yes, and then this is the packaging for the red velvet. So
I love that packaging. And these can make good Christmas gifts too, especially for my family.
Oh, yes, yes. And I deliver, I ship. So just DM me and I'll get you right.
So how did I know you said that you like to bake naturally, watching your mom bake. What made you want to they are Christina, I still love the red velvet. I know the red velvet look good. What made you want to decide to put the infusions in them, and how do you get the taste? Because I told you, like, the taste. Some edibles are fucking horrible, but they still serve their purpose. But who wants to eat some nasty shit? So how did you get that? Like, did you have a taster, or did you just know?
Yes, it's trial and error. It was definitely trial and error. Yes. So at first I was ordering the can of butter, and then I learned how to make it. So I was like, okay, I learned how to make the can of butter, and that was trial and error too. But I had a couple of people that did taste testings for me, and they're like, okay, this is just right. Because in the beginning, it was some was like, well, it's a little on the weak side, and some people like, no, it's too much, it's too strong. So I just had to keep playing around with it until I got it just right.
And that's a good thing. I'm glad you said that. You stuck consistency. That first of all, you stuck with it. And we all, especially if we're going into like the candles, anything that you're trying to make, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna mess up before you perfect it. So don't ever think you're gonna go into anything and it's just gonna be perfect and everything's gonna be good. You have to learn, and that's how you got your taste, because you learned. And plus, you have people to tell you, yo, this ain't it, or this. That helps too, like to have a taster. Best edibles, hand down. Woo-hoo, that's so good.
Thank you. Yes, and also, and I still make mistakes to this day. I burnt cookies. I'm like, oh, and I have to redo it. That's wasting product. But I mean, that's just part of the business. You are going to have losses, and you have to understand that. And then I do make regular cookies as well, so I have to be very cautious when I do that, because I don't want to mix up anything, especially for people who don't like CBD or Delta 8 or infused treats or anything like that. So, when I'm making my regular cookies, I make those first, because, like, for example, the red velvet cookies, I have to dip that in powdered sugar before I bake them. I don't want to have to dip the infused treats and then something happens and it's on the regular cookie. So I just make sure that Hey, if I got two different orders for regular and infused, I make sure that, hey, I get all of my regular cookies out first, get them. I have to put them on racks so they can cool. I package those up. I have different packaging for my plain, which are plain white boxes, but I have different packaging for those just to make sure that I don't have no mishaps with my, if I know that I'm going to do, if somebody ordered both infused and regular, I make sure I put a sticker on the bottom of the infused just to
Make
cover
sure.
myself.
I'm glad you do that. Not to cut you off. I'm glad that you do still do like the regular cookies and the regular. You do cupcakes. Like you still do the regular baking, and you're doing the infused. So somebody could get regular cookies, like somebody said for Thanksgiving they wanted to order some, and then for the other guests for Thanksgiving, you can also get a box of the infused. So I like that you still kept it, because some people would have went strictly infused, but I'm glad that, like, it's neat that you kept it both ways, because some people still love your baking and still want to order from you. They might not want that, and then some might want both. um my sister said, "Oh snap, they infuse my kind of treat. I'm at work sneaking on the phone." Thanks for being here, sister. That's my sister I was telling you about earlier. And Inga said, "Yes, thank you. I like regular treats." And
That's my
Atia, best
aunt.
friend. Atia said, "Yes, best friend." Winona said, "I need infused and regular," right? I get that. And Phoebe said, "Yes, cousin Kelly is very careful with packaging." And my sister said, Yolanda. Oh no, Silver Hayes said, "Yolanda, Elaine, me too." So you're both at work sneaking watching us. So we appreciate y'all watching us on your break. So I do you like this. So this is not only did you have a passion obviously for baking that you got from your mother, and then you took on it. So I think it's even, don't you agree that it's better when you really like what you do and you really love what you do? And isn't it even more amazing when you can make a business out of what you love doing? And like, how does that feel? Like, are you still soaking it all in?
Still soaking it all in. Still soaking it all in. Because for years, even though like I would sell the regular cookies, um, I mainly, when I start in the work field, I mainly will only do it around the holidays, Thanksgiving and
Mhm.
Christmas, maybe Valentine's Day, Red Velvet Valentine's Day, 4th of July. So it's a little theme going on. But I would stop during the rest of the year, and my mom would always joke, and she would call me Red Velvet. That's the nickname that she has for me. Red Velvet, okay, Red Velvet. I'm like, no, no, I'm not going to sell cookies full time. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But the pandemic really just changed
Yeah.
everything. Even though, thank God, I'm fortunate still for my full time job, but eventually, I don't want to have to work my full time job. I want
Mhm.
this to be solely my business. So I have a great, 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 great support system. My family, my friends, everybody in my life. Like, I'm so thankful for that support system. They're going to tell me the truth. They're going to be honest with me. Um,
Mhm.
and it's hard. It's hard up late night trying to figure out, okay, what kind of packaging, because those wasn't the first choices for packaging. I just got to that. um I want to say maybe about 6 months ago, I just got the packaging right. So it's so many things and obstacles that you can run into, but just knowing that, hey, eventually I'm going to have financial security. I'm gonna have a business that I can pass down. I got my
Yeah.
LLC. My daughter came up with the name Sugar High Treats.
Oh,
My cousin, he did this logo for me.
that's
Um,
that's
so
what's up.
yeah, so I have like a great support system that's helping me, and I'm utilizing my resources. Utilizing
That's
my
so important.
resources. I'm networking. People see my logo. My best friend, her other best friend, just used my cousin to, for him to do her logo. So just networking, spreading the word. I like the fact that I'm able to plug in other businesses as well.
And that's what it's all about, uplifting each other. Winona says, "Kelly, do you test your cookies?" And Winona said, "This is Javon." So I don't know.
Okay, so as far as testing, well, what I do, I as far as the butter, the can of butter, I use I have a machine that
Oh,
makes the butter, and I'm able to calculate how much
you
yeah,
got
how
you
much
got the real shit. You got the
yeah. So that's how I know how many milligrams per cookie.
mm-hmm.
Because for example, out of one batch I can make out of red velvet I can make 5 dozen cookies, and with the grams of to make the can of butter, I'm able to do the math, and it has a calculator on there that calculates all that information for you. So that way I can make sure that I'm giving you the correct amount, and it's not like, oh, it's 200 mgs per cookie. No.
You
Red
know
velvet is 30 mgs, cookies and cream is 45 mgs.
Chip said, I need some for Thanksgiving. I think you got a lot. Do you only make, I wanted to ask you this too. This is my own question. Do you only make cookies or do you make cakes too?
So I only do cookies
Okay.
because they take a life of their own.
I see. They just going.
Want to expand. I definitely want to expand. That's why the next is the gummies, which for those who just now joining, we're doing a little voting contest. So I will be working on gummies. So I want you guys to put in the comments which flavor I should start off with. So I have cherry, lime, mango, and blue raspberry.
Cherry, lime, mango, and blue raspberry. I voted for cherry. So again, if you're just joining
Got
at the
another cherry.
podcast, she's gonna do her next gummy off of the most votes. So come on in and participate, and let's see, because I'm curious to see. I think it's gonna be close between the cherry and the blue. What was it?
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
I'm
Oh
seeing
no, my sister
one
said mango. I
mango.
see a couple mangoes.
Uh-huh.
Can we vote more than once? I vote for cherry 10 times.
No.
No.
No. I mean, granted, eventually I'm going to do all flavors, but I just want to find out which one, is the most popular to start off with. And so that's going to be the next thing. So I'm going to keep expanding my list, but I just want to perfect each thing first before I put my hands in too many different pots right now.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty good with the cookies and then going into the gummies and then eventually what else like do you have plans on going into like after you do the gummies? Like what do you like what are the like the ultimate goals for you to have?
I want to do maybe like my own like hot wing sauce or hot
Oh,
sauce.
I
Use
like that.
dips for chips. I was like, oh, okay, you know what? I haven't really heard or seen that. So those are the next things that I will be working on as well. Because I want to also think about shelf life.
Yeah, the sauce I think it'd be really good,
Mm-hmm.
especially during barbecue season.
Yes.
Well, y'all always mostly warm where you are, right? But here we mostly I said y'all are up y'all where y'all are, girl, I got a buzz. Y'all mostly always warm where you're at, right? So no, okay, good. Because I was gonna say
This weather has a mind of its own.
girl, Michigan is I don't know what's wrong with
Well,
it.
it's not as cold as up north, but it's
It's
not because I'm in North
It's
Carolina.
okay, and tomorrow ain't no telling. But I was gonna say, like for barbecue season, for us usually starts right around either sometimes we go early in spring, depending on the weather, but usually around June, July, May, June, July. So I think that sauce will be like that might be something. I might that you might be onto something with that sauce.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's next in store, and then eventually, this is my goal
Okay.
that within the next 3 to 5 months, I want to get my website up.
Mm-hmm.
That way, people can just order straight off my website. I also want to start doing Sugar High merchandise, like putting Sugar High, my logo on grinders, trays, bongs. I want to expand beyond just infused treats.
That is an amazing idea. Get your brand out, like brand yourself, market yourself more. And then eventually, like when you do get, because I know all these things will come to you when you do get your own business, are you gonna like solely, how are you gonna transition from your work, your job now to this? Like, are
I-
you waiting?
no,
Like, out?
well, I set in my mind a number that I need to make on a consistent
Okay, that's
basis
good.
for me to be comfortable with leaving my job, because I do have to think, if going off on my own, I have to provide insurance for myself. I have
Mm-hmm.
a daughter in college who's on my insurance. So I
Yeah.
have to take all those things into consideration. So having my full time job is a benefit right now, because, sometimes, hey, business is slow, can be slow
I,
sometimes,
girl, I know.
ups and downs. So like 2 weeks, I'm doing good. And then, okay, the next week is a little slow.
Mhm.
So just trying to figure out a way to market, brand myself more, get the word out. What I also been doing is I love TikTok. I love watching the TikTok videos. So I started making TikToks. I've only done two,
Oh,
but I started making TikToks. And I noticed that once I post them, it's a reminder to people, like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, she sells. And I've gotten orders and
oh, wow.
new clients, new customers and everything. So just being more present on social media, I'm realizing that is,
Consistency.
mm-hmm, yes.
Oh, my sister tribe friend, Sharon Kingston. Hello, sister. She said, hello, my tribe. Sorry I'm late. Okay, so Sharon, since you are late and you my sister friend and I love you, at the end of the podcast, Kelly is going to name a gummy or make a gummy after what we choose the flavor to be. So we have cherry, lime, what else?
Blue raspberry and
Blue
mango.
raspberry and mango. So that's cherry, lime, blue raspberry, and mango, Sharon. And I chose cherry. A lot of people got mango and the raspberry. So if you choose, then at the end, she's gonna name that gummy after what the people on the comments chose. So get in it. Get everybody participate because I think that was a great
Looks
idea.
like Sherry's ahead though.
Sharon said cherry.
Uh-huh.
Cherry is about to get. I don't know. We still got time. Um, I also wanted to ask you too about like branding and marketing. Did you come up with this yourself, or did you have like ideas, or did people? Or where did you get the inspiration from to like do the branding and the marketing and just say, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this? Like, what was that point? Because I know what my point was, where I said I can't work for nobody else no more. Like, I still do have a job, but it's a home based job, and I still do my readings and all that. But I'm still like, where did you get that inspiration? Where like, you know what, I it's time for me to go out here and just make it happen. Like, where did that come from? Where did that inspiration come from?
My daughter.
Oh,
My daughter.
I
She
love your
is
daughter. Shout
a
out.
extrovert. She is a go-getter. Shout out to Kaylani. Love you. She
Kaylani is so sweet.
person. Thank you. She is the person that, as parents, we are supposed to be the role models for our kids, and we're supposed to inspire our kids. But she inspires me. I remember when she was in 10th grade, she transferred to a new school. And that within the first week, she became the basketball manager of the team. I'm like, what? You just got there. And I said, what did you do? She's like, I just walked up to the coach and say, hi, my name is Kaylani, and I want to be the basketball manager. And she's like, the worst thing they can say is no.
That's right.
So that always stuck in my head,
That's
because I'm the type of person, I'm a worry wart, and I overanalyze things. And I eventually, by doing that, I talk myself out of doing a
yeah.
lot of things. So she really inspires me. She's like, Mom, you can do this. You got
Oh,
this. So she's my biggest inspiration. And like I said, she came up with the name. She started me off with helping me with my social media, of what to put. And she's like, Mom, you have to be consistent. You have to make sure you're posting all the time. And then if I don't post in a while, she's like, Mom, you didn't post nothing. That's like, I am. I'm gonna get around to it. So she holds me accountable. She stays on me. So she's my biggest inspiration.
that is so beautiful. Sharon said, oh, good idea. And that is me also. That is so beautiful. Shout out to Kalani. Kalani is so
Yeah.
sweet. I also want to ask you, because I know the reason, like we was talking earlier, and I was like, the reason I like to do these things, which I was telling you, I did the inspirational live where I was speaking with spiritual women and a lot of traumas they went through, and I wanted to do something more upbeat and more, not so sad because people were saying that my shit was getting sad and stuff. So I wanted to do something more upbeat, but I still wanted to showcase women because those inspirational women I had, they all brought something to the table. They all overcame things. But it was a lot of trauma behind that, but they did it and they're great and I love them. But I also wanted to showcase people like you and Janelle and Aviance. She was on my show before and she became a doula. So I did have some positive, things, not just all trauma based, but when I wanted people like you to come on here because I want all women, but I was talking about, specifically women of color, but all women to know that, it's never too late to start doing anything. You can do whatever you want. You have to be consistent. You have to really want it. You have to really go for it. And sometimes you're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes, but to be inspired, and you said your daughter inspires you. So my hope with these and your story live, this is your story that you're sharing with women, that somebody's going to see this somewhere and say, okay, if Kelly can do this, I have all these ideas, and she went out and she made things happen. She did it. I want people to be inspired, especially women who maybe have ideas, but like you said, sometimes we talk ourselves out of stuff. Like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to work. That's silly. That don't make no sense. That's not gonna do anything for me. But you won't know until you try, and you're gonna fail. You're gonna mess up. But if you keep going, you can really do big things. Like you're doing big things. Like every time I talk to you, it's always something bigger. Something bigger is coming. It's always something good coming. So I'm so happy that you stuck with it. Kalani inspired you to stick with it and that you are really making things happen. Do you feel like you're inspiration? Because you are, whether you know it or not, somebody somewhere is going to resonate with your story, and you're going to, somebody somewhere probably makes the best fucking sweets that they think in the world. And they're like, okay, if she loved to bake, I love to bake, just something like that. That's a metaphor, but you know what I mean. Do you feel like that you are inspiring people because you are?
Well, thank you. It's hard to give yourself flowers, which I'm learning to appreciate myself more. This
Definitely.
process, I am really learning so much about myself that I never knew I had it in me. When I was younger and I even went to college, I wanted to become a lawyer.
Oh,
I wanted to
word.
become an attorney. That was the journey that I was going to be on, and it didn't work out that way. And I didn't understand why. And my friends and family, like, hey, but they got their dream job. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? And I just had to realize, like, this is my time. I had to change my mindset.
Mm,
I had to, and it's a everyday, and it's still an everyday struggle because
yeah.
even before this podcast, I was so nervous. My friends could tell you, I'm like, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. But then I had to catch myself, and I'm like, you know what? No, because I'm putting that out there. I got this. I'm gonna be okay. I got this. I had to change the way I was thinking. I really did, and I have to remind myself that on a daily basis.
Every day. And I totally get that because it does start here. Because we're up here, it can either block your blessings or let them flow because sometimes we're our own worst critics. So it does start right here with your thinking. Sometimes you just have to get that negative voice out and just go for it. And I'm glad that you did come on. And I know you was nervous because I'm still always nervous. I think that's just a human thing for, you just never know. But again, that stems from the overthinking things instead of just letting it flow.
Mm.
Darlene says, hello, my beautiful sisters, and thank you for who you are and your message. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Janelle says, yes. And Jeffrey Ward says, you're doing great.
Thank you. It's my brother. Hey.
Oh,
And
hey,
my
brother.
cousin, let me see. She asked about gluten. I will look into the gluten free.
Okay, I can see that. Have you thought about how difficult it would be to? Okay, so, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. So you will be doing something like that, like,
I'm gonna look into and see the process and see if I'm able to. make gluten free, because one thing I do know, and the reason why I picked these two cookies to start off with the infusion, the infused treats, is because the taste is so powerful by himself. It overpowers the cannabis in the cookies. So that's why people can't really taste. They can taste a little bit, but that's why they really can't
But
taste.
not that what you sent to us, and I think it was red velvet because
Yeah, it
it
was
was
red velvet.
that shit was good. I just took a bite because me and edibles don't have a good history. But I was like, this is like good. Like I would eat this, and my husband, of course, ate them all. He loved them. He wanted me to tell you he absolutely loved them, and thank you. My sister said, "Oh, she said you really are inspiration," and your brother said, "What up, sis?" So you did a really good job with that taste, and I'm so glad that you have people around you to let you know, this don't taste so good or this does taste good, because that does help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
Megan said, same Christina, LOL. Oh, thank you, Megan. So I also wanted to ask you, how has it been? Because I ask a lot of women this, juggling, getting this new business out there, getting everything going with taking care of your regular self, taking care of the house, just taking care of everything, your job, family. Like, how is that going? Is it getting smoother as you get or is it getting like, okay, some assistance? Are you at the point where you might need an assistant?
Well, assistant's not in my budget, so I have to make it work.
I get it.
I have to make it work. But really, just it has its days where it's more stressful. I'm up late working on my business. I'm in school as well, so school, full time job. At least my daughter's in college, so that part I don't have to. Ma, can you take me to the store? Ma, can I go here? So, she's doing good, so I don't have to really cater to her as much versus when she was home. But it it has ups and downs, but it's really just I make a list. I make a to-do list. I set reminders on my phone, like, okay, 6 o'clock, I need to be doing this, because I forget. I forget, I get sidetracked. And so it's really just coming up with a system to make it that works out best for you. And so writing down a to-do list and setting reminders on my phone to do my to-do list makes it easier. And then accepting the fact that, hey, I'm not going to get everything that I want to get done on my to-do list in one day.
Yeah, you're still
So,
human.
yeah, but it has ups and downs. So it's getting better because I got a lot of, kinks out the way. So I know, okay, I have a good recipe for my cookies. The next thing I am working on is the gummies, but I found my packaging. I have my labels. So a lot of the hard work is done. So it is getting better.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Darlene said you are an inspiration to many of us women. Thank you, Darlene. And Sharon
Thank
said, I
you.
agree. She is such inspiration. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. If I haven't told you yet, I'm so proud of all of you guys that I have been talking to and met over the past couple years, that I've seen like you just blossom like right before me, and it's like, wow, I can't believe like that she's really doing it and she's really going for it. And so I'm super proud of you. Are you giving yourself a pat on the back? Like, have you given yourself that recognition?
No, because I haven't had time.
You gotta, you have to give yourself that pat on the back. You have to say, I did that. Oh, she said, Kelly, your auntie Val wants a dozen.
I got you.
Oh, you got so much support. So, I know you were talking dispensaries. So, is that another goal of yours, is to eventually either sell to a dispensary or get into a dispensary or get your own? Like,
So, eventually down the line, I want to kind of see how I do with my website
okay,
first. I would prefer to own my own,
okay,
but
put it
storefront,
out there, put it out there.
because I've looked into trying to sell my cookies wholesale to
Mhm.
North Carolina, you can't do it here. But in Florida, I was looking at doing it in Florida, but to either to travel and set up shop to make the cookies down there, it's just too much. It was just too expensive.
Yeah.
So eventually, when that comes along, I prefer to just have my own dispensary. But right now, I think I'm just going to stick with the online. Um, I think that's the easiest thing I can do right now.
And that's where a lot of people get their start too. First, like you said, master that website, because I've only had my website for 4 months and I still am learning something new every day. So yes, definitely the website is a big thing to get, and it's a lot of work too. So, but once you learn that, I think that that's when you really can probably handle like, oh goodness, it's gonna be a lot, because it's just you. So that means you have to make it, you have to ship it, you have to, and if you have multiple orders with like these holidays coming up and it's just you, so I'm making them, I'm boxing them, labeling them, not getting them confused from the infused and the not, and then shipping them all. That's a lot of work, Kelly.
Hmm. Yes, it is. But once I get to a certain a revenue, when I'm making a certain amount, then I can definitely hire outside help to
Yeah,
assist with that. But you got to put in the groundwork first.
you're
So,
gonna be putting in work. I can see it by Thanksgiving already, just from tonight. So I can imagine outside of this. Whew. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Hopefully somebody will help you, like, and give them a cookie or two at the Chip Howard said launch party. They said California. So was you thinking about California, or he just thinking?
um, look, whatever makes sense when the timing, when the time is right, wherever I need to be, I'll be
Oh,
there.
that's right.
I'll be there. So,
So I'm so happy too that and a lot of people don't, that you have support. I think
mhm.
that's a really big thing for us women to have support, especially when we are, doing our own thing and open up business or starting anything new and unfamiliar, or just going forth through something head first. For us to have a great support system, so I'm so happy, and I can see on the comments that you have a pretty good support system.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's great. So how do you like? Oh my God, how do you feel about that? Like, how does that make you feel? Like,
Oh, I
do you
love it.
sometimes get so over like joy, because this is
Yeah.
big.
Oh, I love it. My cousin Megan, she does pop-up shop. She has her own business as well. And she
Hey
has
Megan, I need you to
pop-up
come
shop.
on.
And so I've been vendors at her pop-up shops.
Oh,
Um, and then when I put the word out, my family, they come up to the pop-up shop, they come out and support both me and Megan, because it's my cousin. So my family comes out and support every event. I don't care what it
oh,
is. I don't care if your child is in a Christmas show, we're all showing up 25 deep to
oh, that's
the
what's up.
Christmas, the kids' Christmas show. So that's one thing I do love. We may sometimes fuss and fight with each other, but when it counts and when it matters, we all show up for each other. And I just love, love, love that. And I'm just so fortunate and happy, because I'm the type of person that I don't like to ask for help. I
Mm,
like to do everything by myself. And if I can't figure it out, I don't want to ask for help. But my mom was like, "What? You have a family that will help you, that can help you. Some people don't have that. God put us in your life, like God put us in your life for a reason."
definitely.
So I had to accept that and kind of swallow my pride. And, hey, can you help me with this? Or can you help me with that? And my family has definitely, definitely been there for me.
That is so good. What Megan say? She said, "I will, just let me know when." Okay, I'll text you tomorrow. And Megan, I'm so crazy. I am gonna text you tomorrow and see when you want to come on though. And she also said the family definitely shows up and shows out every time. So you get so much support. She said every time.
Yes.
So I seen earlier you said that you had wrote down some things. Was there anything that you wanted to is there any events that you have coming, or I don't, what if you get like overloaded with orders? Like, is there a certain is there a limit? Like, can you only order like six of the one or three of the other, or you just like bring it? You just like bring them orders on the
Bring
red
it.
velvets
Bring
and
it.
bring them on.
I normally let people know because I like to bake my cookies fresh. So they're not just sitting there ready
Mm.
to go. So I bake them to order. So when you put in an order, I bake them. So sometimes if people, I may be working my 9 to 5 and I get a message like, hey, I want to order some cookies. Okay, that's fine. I can have them after a certain time. I can have them by 6 p.m.
Oh wow.
And they'll let me know like, okay, that's good, yes or no, or whatever. So we work out the schedule of when I can have it. So if I feel like I'm getting too many orders in one day, I'm like, okay, well, I can have these to you in 2 days. So it's really just I work it out. I get it done. I would definitely get it done. So there's no
So
limit.
yeah, come on with it. I might order some not infused. I might order some cookies just for Thanksgiving, the red velvet. I know I might order some of the cookies and cream for my husband, but Sharon said family support is wonderful. It is
Mhm.
absolutely wonderful. I also, oh girl, I got heartburn. I also wanted to ask you, like, do you have anything coming up? Like, do you do pop-up events in your area? Do you have anything like coming up that you would like to tell people about?
So, well, no, I don't do pop up events
Okay.
myself, but one of my friends, which we're still working out the details, but she's opening up her own spot. Shout out to Janelle.
Hey,
Um,
Janelle. I love Janelle.
so I think she's trying to do something, and I hope I'm not speaking
Who's
too.
gonna come on here?
She's trying to do something, launch her business in December, and she did mention that, hey, I can have my treats there in her place. So when I get more information, I definitely will share that. So that's what's in the works. I am working with because these are going to be Delta 8 gummies that I'm working on. Um, I am speaking with somebody else to get my gummies also in their smoke shop.
Okay.
So once I finalize all that information, I definitely will share where you can go pick those up.
So when you say Delta 8, was that just a brand? What does that
No,
mean?
it's a little bit more potent than CBD.
Oh, okay. So we
Yeah,
like to hear that.
yeah. But
So
Delta 8 is legal. You can you can sell anywhere. You can ship anywhere. But I have those in smoke shops and everything down here, and people's stores down here. So that's what I'm working on. But it's a little bit more potent than the CBD. So that's why I'm choosing the Delta 8.
also, this is what I was gonna say because I have forgot my train of thought. You only ship in the United States, and I'm asking you that because I made the mistake of doing a giveaway before, and I did not specify that it was for the United States. And somebody from Africa won a crystal, and I had to go send it, and I couldn't get a tracking. So I hope if you're watching this, and she was from YouTube, that you got that crystal that I sent. I did send it out, but they said I couldn't get tracking on it to Africa. So because I never know who's watching. So I was like, okay, you won this. And then she sent me her address. And I was like, oh shit. So gone. But I was grateful. But I hope she got that crystal. So if you're on YouTube and you won that crystal, just let me know you got it because I will make sure I specify I can only really ship in the United States. Like that's what I'm knowledgeable of as of now, and then eventually I might be able to ship somewhere else. So how about you? Do you do overseas like England or
United States right now.
okay, so
Yeah.
we only shipping in the United States.
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, there's something I wanted to make sure to ask, and that was one of it. So you do ship, but only in the United States.
Yes.
Okay, so Janelle said, "Hey, yes, can't wait. I can't wait to have her on here as well. I love you guys. You guys are so amazing." Was there anything else you wanted to tell us about that I might not have spoke on? Because I know you had some things written down. Was there anything you wanted to tell us
No,
about?
I think that was basically it. I covered everything that I had written down.
Oh,
You have to look at my notes. When I say, guys, I was so nervous. And I called one of my friends, I called her three
uh,
times a day, and I forgot that I already spoken with her today. And she was like, "Hello," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot I talked to her. And I talked to her twice already, and I called her a third time." So, but this was really fun. I didn't even have to look at my notes. So,
I told you,
but
and I love that. I love when people come on and it's positive and it's good energy, and it's just like me and you talking regular on the phone. So it's like no, fakeness, or you don't have to have your guard up because we're both just human. We're both just women. We're both entrepreneurs. We're both just trying to make it, like you said, a legacy to leave your kids. Like we're all just trying to build, and I think it's beautiful when we can connect together from various parts of the country, world, the United States, and come together with a common goal, and that sisterhood, and that supporting one another, uplifting one another, because we are, as women in general, of especially women of color, but women in general are usually downplayed. We don't really support one another, or inspire one another, or uplift one another like we should. But with the if you use social media right, and you have the right energy and the right intention, there is no reason that we can't all come together and support one another and uplift somebody, and root somebody on, open the door for somebody else. It's just not your turn yet. Root for the person that it's their time. So this is your time, and I'm proud of you, and I'm so glad you did this, and you are an inspiration, and I'm so happy you came on here. Winona says she needs some cookies, some happy cookies.
got you. I got you. So it looks like Cherry is going to be the winner for the
I
gummies.
knew it. I knew it.
So be on the lookout for the cherry flavored gummies, guys. I will let you know as soon as I perfected it for you. Okay. And you guys can reach me. My phone number, my business line is 980-248-3294. That information is on my bio page on my Instagram, which is Real Sugar High Treats. And that's with a Z.
And two, you guys, I posted all her social medias at the very top of the comments. So they should be up there. So it was a pleasure having you. I hope you come back again and again, even if it's just to talk about the weather. I love that. I'm looking forward to Janelle and Megan and anybody that would like to come on and showcase their self, or what they got going on, or what they're doing positive, to influence the community of young women that need to see more positivity among women supporting women. And that is the goal for me, for young girls to say, okay, we don't have to be jealous, we don't have to compete, we can uplift each other, we can come together and be positive, and not have so much negativity thrown at us, because we get that enough. So it's like our time to uplift one another. So I appreciate you for coming. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on everything. And I know I'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, you will.
I
And
also want to thank everybody.
thank you guys.
Go ahead. You have something else to say, girl? I ain't got to end it now.
Oh, no, I was just saying thank you for having me and allowing
Oh, girl, you're coming back. You're going to come back and back, even if we just come on here and talk
me
about
back.
whatever. Just talk about the wine we're drinking. Um, Janelle said, but I will try. And Sharon said, have a wonderful night. Yes, uplift and support. Love this. Absolutely. No problem. Anytime. So we
Guys.
love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will be uploading my next Your Story live this week. I have two people. I'm not sure who's coming on there yet, so I can't tell you. So I will tell you when I upload it, y'all will see it. So thank you, YouTube, for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, please share this video. Let's get Kelly's business out there. Let's get her known. Let's get her some new orders. So please share, share, share. And let's give Kelly some support. We love you. We appreciate you, Kelly, for being a positive influence within the women community. So thank you, and I hope you come back soon. And I know I'll be talking to you.
Yeah.
So thank everybody for coming on and watching. I'm gonna try to do these lives at least 3 times a month. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for coming in. And the flavor is cherry. I'm
Yes.
happy about that. Look forward
Sorry,
to
Janelle.
No, it's there.
So thank you guys, and thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I didn't know how to type it in.